Do you ever miss how strong you were then?
It was cool. I'm not gonna lie. I was front squatting 4 plates.
Yeah. And then when you cut, you're like, shit.
Yeah. But you know what? Yeah. It sucks. It does. I'm gonna be real with you guys. And when I'm actually racing, I wish I had a mic when I race so you guys could hear. But like as I'm racing, there's cars all around me. There's like 20 something cars around me. Mind you, our mirrors are touching.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're racing, going around turns too. I am.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Burn Down Podcast. Today in the studio, we have a man. He is a certified health coach, personal fitness coach. He's a race car trainer, coach, teach people how to swerve. That's my man, Nick Let's see here.
Zakotiria.
You say it.
Zakotiria?
Zakotiria. Yeah.
Nick Zakotiria. What's up, my man? What's going on?
What's
Welcome.
going on? Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No matter how many times we would have went through it, it was always going to mess up.
Listen,
We're always
aren't
gonna-
the first ones.
Nick Zak?
It makes it authentic.
Nick
you know?
Zak?
So Nick Zak was what that was my stage name when I was competing in bodybuilding. So, and it was just easier.
Yeah, because how many
Yeah,
times?
yeah.
Now,
you know,
yeah.
Come on.
Every time, nobody gets it right.
No, very few. It's a
Listen, I
select
get
few.
the same way because my last name is German. It's Heisig.
Yeah.
It's Heisig, and it seems very simple when I say it, but
Yeah.
everybody says Heisig, Hessig.
Yeah.
I've got Helsing. I go, there's no L in there, so I don't.
no-
There's no L and there's no G, so I don't know where Helsing comes from.
I
but-
mean, and I got Josephson, so I've got Josephson, Jefferson. I've gotten Jefferson a couple times.
All right, so we're all getting bent
Yeah.
over here.
When I graduated college, they said my last name, perfect. They actually said Josephson correctly, but they called me James. So I don't know.
Did they really?
Yeah, James Josephson. My grandma was like, "Oh, there's another Josephson here."
Here you go.
Mom's like, "No, I paid all this tuition money for what?"
James Josephson.
Yeah. So if I have a son, his
Good they didn't call you Joseph Josephson.
Yeah,
That would've
well.
been-
Oh, that'd be bad.
Anyway,
if I have a son ever, potential middle name could be James.
there you go.
Eric James.
I got his name tattooed on me.
I like that.
Right? Eric
Yeah,
James
no,
Josephson.
that flows.
has a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
It'd be EJJ just like you too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow, that's a great point. That's it. It's got to be solidified.
Yeah.
So we're here in the studio. You brought us some cigars from your buddy Rob.
Rob, yeah.
Shout out to Rob.
Yes,
and then
right
he
here.
also
They smell a little sweet,
sweet.
like a vanilla
and Nick brought us some of the good stuff here.
or maybe
Four
is that,
Roses bourbon.
Is that like bourbon?
Yeah, it smells vanilla.
It smells like
It smells
I don't know.
Let's light it up.
Very interesting.
So thank you for the Four Roses, my friend.
Guys, you're welcome.
Are you a bourbon guy? Do you drink?
I don't drink. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I wish I can.
I have to
sorry.
apologize.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird how like you have to kind of feel like you have to apologize as soon as you don't
Yeah.
drink? It's like, oh, I don't put poison in my body.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, right. I mean, it's just, oh God, the situations I've had to deal with my entire life with that, just these
Yeah.
conversations. But yeah, you're right.
I don't put poison in my body. Oh, why?
What's the
Did
big
you
deal?
have a problem? No, I just don't want to put poison in my
And it's like,
Yes.
is everything all right?
Yeah, that's the first
Yeah,
question.
no, I'm fine.
No,
I
I guess
just I just
it's
choose
weird.
not to.
It's my
such-
choice.
That's why I think sometimes like, you have drug addicts that have a problem dealing with drugs, but I always say alcohol is probably the worst
Yeah.
because drugs are for the most part illegal. You don't go to a party and say, "Hey, you want to do some heroin?" I mean, depending on where you're going, but
Right.
alcohol is always the social norm, and it's just like you said. Oh, you good? You're not drinking, and it's like, yeah. I don't
But the
wanna
thing
drink.
with alcohol, it's so readily available.
Yeah,
Well, that's the other
why.
thing
That's
too.
it.
Yeah, you go to a restaurant and you sit down with somebody and everybody's drinking.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm the one that's not. But
yeah, but you're also
Well,
you're a bodybuilder and you were competing, which you pretty much can't drink alcohol when you do that because
negative.
unless you drank the night before and were completely dehydrated
Yeah.
the day of.
Yeah, but you get really hurt that way too. I've seen it.
That's actually so you've competed bodybuilding or
I've done bodybuilding shows. I started as a heavyweight for the NPC, the National Physique Committee.
were you doing bodybuilding, physique?
No, bodybuilding. Actual bodybuilding. I wore the Speedo. I was
There you
that
go.
guy. I was him. So I started in the heavyweights.
Is that required? The Speedo?
Yeah, since Arnold's time before him. Yeah.
You have to wear it.
Yeah, you have to wear
They
it.
want to see all
yeah,
the
I guess they see
striations
every
in
inch
the
of your
leg.
body, right?
Every inch.
Okay.
Yeah. Was I embarrassed? No.
No.
Let it all hang out.
It was fun.
Hey, listen, if you work, I mean, it's like, listen, if you work that hard to build up a physique, show it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like when you go to the beach or something, you got a good physique, you take your shirt off. Everybody that doesn't have a good, they're like, why do you got to take your shirt off? We want everybody to see your muscles. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
That's why I'm working out, so I can look good.
Yeah.
And now I take my shirt off.
Yeah.
Or I always say, no, I'm taking my shirt off because it's 95 degrees out and I'm going to go in the ocean.
Yeah.
Just because you have muscles and you look good,
That's right.
you know?
You know what? What's your thought process on the body index percentage of like body fat where the line of is obese and not obese?
Oh.
Do you think it's accurate or
I
not?
got something funny to say about that.
Because I have a reason why I bring it up, but I wanted your thought on it.
According to
Like going to the doctor,
Speaking of
right?
that,
like the latest studies, are you saying?
So let me explain why I bring this up. So I went to get my physical, right?
I got to light this up.
Last time I got a physical was 2 years ago. Last year, 2 years ago, I was 206. Now I'm 224. So I gained roughly like 20 pounds over the last year. Really haven't worked out since I had a kid because just never got back to it.
Understandable.
But if you look at me, I'm still slim. There's no fat or anything.
Oh, you look great.
But thank you. But she's like, your body mass index is 29.5. Technically, if you hit 30%, you're obese for your height. So I go home.
I'm technically obese for my height.
So I go home. I go, Marissa. Marissa, the doctor came back. She's like, what? I said, I'm obese. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm obese. I got to stop. I'm obese. But I'm like, how is that? How do they figure that?
Yeah, same thing I was going to say is I'm technically, according to the body mass index, I'm obese.
Yeah, so am I because I'm 6'1", 236.
Yep.
And I'm obese, but
And I go, no, I'm not.
yeah. But when you go to a specialist and they do like the body mass index scan, like the DEXA scan, they lay you down in like these electrodes, like they go over you. It's like a scan, and it measures your skeletal system along with lean body mass index and your body fat, and that's how you really get down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah,
and that's where you get the percentage, or to get like the real.
Don't you have to do like a dunk tank?
I was just gonna say the dunk tank, but that's very expensive, and I don't.
That gets
that? What's a dunk tank?
It basically figures out your percentage by how much water you displace, like in the
buoyancy,
and it's a lot, but it's probably the most accurate determination of body fat percentage. But that's what I was always saying. I don't even look at the BMI. We have a scale that has the electrodes that when you stand on it, it tells you your body fat, and it's like. How accurate, I don't really know, but it gives you a general idea of, okay, I'm either, when you step on a scale and you're like, all right, I see this number, okay, that's pretty lean. Yeah. 15% is lean. Yeah.
Leaner. What I tell my clients, because everyone's always so concerned about the scale, I'm like, listen, just how do you feel in your clothes? How do you look in the mirror? And they're like,
how do you feel in the gym?
Right.
Because that's another thing too, is like,
if
do you feel strong?
Yeah.
Like you can say for a power lifter or like a strong man, they don't give a crap about abs.
No.
They don't want it.
No.
I want to feel strong. So they walk around like I'm comfortable and I'm happy in my body because I feel strong as a bull, and I'm stronger than pretty much everybody I come in contact with.
Yeah.
If you're a bodybuilder, you're like, I don't really care about being strong. I want to be chiseled. I want every striation to pop out, every perfectly symmetrical. Like that's two completely different sides of the spectrum.
My whole thing was when I was competing, I wanted to look as close to an anatomy chart as possible. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So when did you start becoming a bodybuilder?
I started training with weights when I was 12, 13 years old.
Was your dad or something?
So my father was very fit. Like the typical like Frank Zane old school pictures, shoulders, chest. Standing.
Did he compete or
no?
Just was?
My dad just exercised and he liked training. And then my brother started working out, and I just started being a toddler, like watching everybody. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna pick this up. Plus, I started reading comic books, and I'm like, man, I want to look like a superhero. I want to have legs and shoulders and just kick ass.
I want to look like yeah.
And after watching all the Arnold movies and all that, it's just a typical story. Like, I want to be like Arnold, it's one of those. But I started competing when I was 20 years old. That was my first show. I was 20.
Was it bodybuilding?
It was a bodybuilding show. I came in as a heavyweight, and I actually won. The amateur class, and I won my weight division. My very first show, I won first place.
What were you weighing at?
I was 201.
That's heavy. That's a heavyweight?
That's heavyweight. Heavyweight was like up to 225 and a quarter. It was like 195 to 225. Or was it like 195 and a quarter to 225? And then after 225, it's super heavyweight.
And there's no limit to super heavyweight, right?
No, there's no limit whatsoever.
So you can come in. See, and that's the other thing, too, is I heard, or when I had friends that would do that stuff, they would say you kind of want to be at the heaviest you possibly can for the weight division, barring, like, granted that you're lean, but you want to be like, so if you're at 201 to 225, you want to be like 224 lean.
Yeah.
So you want to bulk to like 240 and then try to drop down because.
Is that what you did?
So it's funny that you say that.
But you came at 201, which is low for that.
It was low, and I'll tell you what happened. It was the night before the show. I was actually 224. I was 224, and I was like, oh man, I'm like right at the top.
This was the night before?
This was the night before. I was 224, okay? The cutoff was like 225, and I'm like, I have to be careful because if I drink a little bit too much or if I don't drink enough, like I don't want to spill over. I don't want to just make the super heavyweights because if I do, I'm going to get swamped. I'm going to be, all right, I'm going to look like an Ethiopian next to these guys.
Yeah, they're coming in at 260.
But,
yeah. Look tiny.
Yeah. So my trainer at the time, he was like, dude, let's just play it safe. Cut your water, and then, we'll take a little bit of salt. Just take baby sips of water. It's a science. And then the morning...
You didn't eat a single thing, probably.
I was eating.
You were?
I was eating, but my meals were smaller than usual. Like, I was eating, like, 4 ounces of protein as opposed to 10 ounces of protein. Because when
you're eating, like, your basic metabolic rate to just function.
Yes. And also, not even that. When you are coming closer to a show, when you're, like, a week and a half to 2 weeks out, you want to start cutting down the portion size because, and this makes sense, your stomach is an organ. It adapts to what you throw at it. You're trying to shrink that waistline down. And people don't think about this, but it's true. When you start cutting down your portions and you're coming up to a show, you're going to start seeing like your waist is going, yo, wait a minute, what is going on?
Yeah. And then the day after, when you completely stuff it, it looks like you're pregnant.
You looks like you're pregnant. And the thing is, right, and you do not want to drink fluids right away excessively. Otherwise, you will have a heart attack.
After the show?
Right after the show, you can have a heart attack. I remember I was getting
Is it because you're so dehydrated?
It's because you're so dehydrated, and if you start pounding down fluids, that's a shock to your body. It's a shock to your system.
It can't keep up.
It cannot keep up.
So what do?
You have to gradually pyramid up, just like you pyramided down going into the show.
Wow.
It's such a science, and I love it. Let me tell you about this one client that I had. Dude looked insane. I had him ready. He actually won his class. And it was the day of. He came off the stage after prejudging. I was like, all right, dude, don't drink any fluids. We want to keep you sharp looking for the night. Like, you can take baby sips, because if you don't drink enough water, your body starts producing its own.
And what's considered a baby sip?
Not chugging.
Like,
beautiful. That's it. Well done, dude.
It's a little sip.
Now, how often are you doing that?
Let's get you ready.
Yeah, come on. Now, how often are you doing that?
I'm obese here.
How often are you doing that throughout the
whenever you're thirsty. You don't have to keep it, just whenever you're feeling like really dry in the mouth, like overly dry, then you just wet the palate a little bit. Some people do ice cubes. So what this guy did, he oh man, why did he do this? He started pounding down fluid and he couldn't stop. So by nighttime, he was already starting to look a little puffy, but he did look a little bit better. And then right after he came off because there's 2 shows. There's the morning show for prejudging, and there's the night show, the final show for the crowd to see, where you do your posing routine and all that. It's the theatrics. That's all it is. It's so corny.
So there's a second show just for that.
Yeah. Huh. And then where the awards are given out and whatnot. So right after he came off the stage at night, he started pounding down way more fluid, and I was like, dude, stop, slow down. He's like, I can't. And he started shaking. I can't, I need it. Like, I can't. Like, it was like a drug addict. It was like scary.
What did he go into like cardiac arrest or something?
And then he told me he was gonna stop. His girlfriend was there at the time. He stopped. I go home, he goes home. I get a text in the morning, Nick, I don't respond because I was sleeping. Then I get like multiple calls, missed calls. I'm like, dude, what's going on? You all right? He's like, I gained 23 pounds
in a day.
Less than a day, a few hours.
Because your body's a sponge. Like think about having think about a sponge that's so dry, right, in the sink. It's completely dry, and then it's shriveled up like this, and then you put it under the faucet. You turn the faucet on. It goes, sucks everything up. So that's your body, basically.
He gained that weight from drinking those fluids. When I told him you have to pyramid. But on top of that, he was eating. He was gorging pancakes, burgers, cookies, pizza. He was gorging on food with high sodium. So when you're eating foods with high sodium right after a show, when you're completely dry and you're looking like an anatomy chart and you're pounding on fluids, that's how you're going to gain weight in such a short amount of time. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to give names, but I was like, dude, take those diuretics that you have. Take those diuretics right now, just in case, please, before you go to the ER.
So you got to basically
flush it out. You have to piss it out. You have to flush it out. You have to piss it out, and then
Oh my!
It was that's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
I can't even fathom how it works.
Yeah,
I mean, I get the analogy, but
I've seen because that was one of the things that I was going to ask you about. Is it true? Because I've heard that the people that when you're posing on stage for a bodybuilding show, everybody's like, "Wow, they look so good." I said, "You don't realize that they are." Like physically, like as far as fluids and like your actual physical health, they look great, but they're in terrible condition right there.
Yeah.
They're on the borderline of cramping up.
Yeah.
They're borderline of passing out because they have no fluid. Because you want to be as lean as possible.
It's kind of like an oxymoron almost.
You know, so it's like they look fantastic because they got not an ounce of fat on them, but they could keel over at any moment.
Yeah, because we weren't designed to be dehydrated. We were designed to be very lean. That's the thing. Our bodies
designed to eat that's why I always say just eat red meat and eggs, and it's
we
like
were
the best thing you can eat.
Right, exactly. And we were designed just for survival. We weren't designed to gorge and to sit. And that's the problem with society within the last 70 years, 60 years.
I think the USA is like it's like 50% obese rate, right?
No, it's way more.
It's
more than
I always joke
more.
about saying all the things that they, big air quotes, they tell you to avoid. You should probably eat those things.
Yeah.
Right? They always say, "Oh, don't eat the red meat. Stay away from eggs. It gives you high cholesterol."
Correct.
That's literally steak and eggs, probably the most nutritious thing you can put in your body.
Yeah.
If you have steak and eggs, like that meal right there, and if you get nice, good butter, not the crap butter, if you get good butter
from the farm,
that's a good meal to eat, man.
That's right.
If eggs are literally the nutrients of life, if that can create life, it's got a lot of nutrients in it for you.
That's
pretty
right.
Good for
It's true. Not to cut you off, but those cigars, Robert, thank you. They smell great.
They're good.
They smell very good.
They're
actually.
definitely there's some sort of flavor, some sort of sweet tip.
It's a light though. It's not super.
That's
super
nice.
Heavy. It's been a while since we smoked a flavored cigar.
I really enjoy. Yeah, because we don't typically smoke flavored cigars, but I do think flavored cigars have their place in the market to help people get into the art of smoking cigars. I will say this one is not super heavily flavored. It's just like sweet tip.
It's comfortable.
But I like the size of it. It's a good size, Robert.
Do you know where you got these from?
I'll ask him tomorrow morning because I'm training him and his wife tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I wonder if he rolled them himself.
Yeah.
They look hand rolled.
He was just excited to like.
I'm not saying that all of the cigars that are premium cigars are hand rolled, but this looks like it was somebody who rolled it like in their house. Like here you go. Yeah. I rolled this for you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Guys, can we say a prayer?
Absolutely, we can say a prayer
before we continue anymore because this is like a very important thing, and
let's talk. Let's hear it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Would you like to hold hands while we do it?
If you want, it's up to you. But guys,
absolutely.
Remember, two or more in the name of Jesus Christ, He'll be present. All right. So, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine kingdom is the power and glory forever. In the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord, we love you and we thank you for this opportunity. And let's bless this podcast show, Lord. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Nice.
That's it.
BDP first. I like that.
Yeah, we should.
It's actually very I don't want to say interesting because it's before you came on earlier today. I was thinking about the show and I was looking up on Instagram and you on Instagram and stuff, and I saw like you follow Jesus Christ. He's your Lord and Savior. You're a Christian man, a Christian Catholic.
I follow Christ.
Christian
himself.
Yes, and I was looking it up, and in my head, I was saying, what if we did a prayer like on the
beautiful?
Earlier today, I was saying, what if we did a prayer?
Beautiful. Why not?
And I was saying, like, thinking about, we post Instagram reels and said, BDP guest says a prayer during the show.
Wow.
And look what just happened.
Listen, no coincidence.
And I didn't. And I was saying, like, I was gonna say, okay, maybe I'll do a prayer on the show.
Yeah.
And he wound up coming to do the prayer on the show.
Listen, I told you, be a great guest, great hookup. I know you guys would be.
But this is where I said, like, it's not coincidence.
There's no coincidence.
That's not a coincidence for me to think that, like, maybe I should do that, and then all of a sudden he comes in and says, I'd like to do a prayer.
Not surprised.
This is what we need more so in this world.
Yeah,
and I'll wholeheartedly say that till the day I die.
A lot of crazy shit out there.
There's a lot of crazy shit,
wild shit out there.
Yeah, but you know what? It was foretold, and that's it. We're living in those days, guys.
So I said, listen, you better get right, and because there's only one way to get to heaven. There's only one way to get to heaven.
Yeah, and he's the gate.
That's it.
That's it.
Nobody comes to the Father except through him. That's what he said. That's what he told everybody.
That's right.
Some people want to listen. Some people don't want to listen.
It's gonna be interesting when he does come back, and I have this conversation with a few of my close friends because a lot of people, they get uncomfortable talking about him, but they're slowly coming to. And I'm like, when he does come back, he's gonna probably question people. He's like, haven't you read?
Yeah, I told you literally everything.
Haven't you read anything? Just like how he said to the Pharisees when they were like questioning him, and he was like, haven't you read?
Yeah, it's
all there.
It's black. It says it all right there. It says everything that's
going
to happen.
If he comes to Nick, he'll be more prepared, because if you wanted to show your Bible, with those tabs and those notes,
it's not, dude. It's not enough. I know. I love my book. I love my Bible, but it's not enough. I'm a sinner. We're all sinners.
Wow.
We need to do more. We have to.
That's why he says it's if you confess.
Where does that come from?
That Jesus is your Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
Openly confess it, you will be saved.
Yeah.
Where did you pick up on that? Like, where did that derive from? And where did you get so involved?
Yeah. Were you raised Christian or?
Great question, guys. Well, I've always believed in Jesus Christ because my parents they put me in church. I was an altar boy.
Okay.
In an Orthodox church down in the city in Little Italy. So I was an altar boy from the age of 6 all the way up to 20.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Is that what is it, like 21 you have to stop or something, or
something like that? I don't remember the age, but I liked it. And I always had a connection. Like every time I saw, a painting of Christ, or like when I read about him, like tears. And it's like, even at a young age, I'm like, oh man, like it would hit me hard, as if like there was a connection. And it's just hard to explain, but then I started reading more books, not the Bible, but I started reading more books like the Kabbalah, the Talmud, and I started reading about the book of Enoch. And then I was like, you know what, there's a lot of these books out there. The Quran I was reading, trying to understand, trying to get a point of view from all these different sources. Then I started reading the Bible, and I'm like, nothing compares to the truth that's coming out of the Bible. But the book of Enoch does disclose everything that happens in the Bible. There's a lot more metaphors in the book of Enoch, but it discloses how the flood of Noah, and it discloses how there's going to be a Savior coming the first time and a Savior coming the second time. And it makes you question. It's like, why is there not more spoken about this topic, about this book? I mean, Enoch is mentioned in the Bible. He's in there.
Mm-hmm.
He's made. There's references.
It's. I always tell people, when they always ask, like, oh, what's one of your favorite books, or what's like one of the most influential books,
Good
or
question.
what's one of the most important books, or what's It's like the Holy Bible.
Yes.
Like you said, somebody asked us on the show. It said the Holy Bible first and foremost.
Oh, really? Somebody
I
asked you
said
that?
It has everything. If you just read the Bible and do what it tells you to do, your life will be better.
Yep.
Period. Period.
Yep.
If you have questions about relationships, it's in there.
Yep.
If you have questions about health, it's in there. If you have
Yeah.
questions about business, it's in there. If you have questions about anything, it's in there.
Yep.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal.
It's basically
there.
it's basically like when you buy a new car, your car comes with a manual, right?
Yeah.
This is our manual to drive this vehicle.
Where do you think, like, because obviously, like how our parents grew up, it was a lot more important about having religion, as you know, in your day to day, and
It's
school,
like
and
it's
even
disappeared from the schools now.
Yeah, and, it's like even it used to be definitely in the schools, and now it's kind of just like you said. If you showed someone that book, like your Bible with all your notes and tabs,
Can you pull it out right now?
Yeah.
people would be like,
I want to show you, like, this is.
People would be like, "What the hell is that? And why do you
Look at
have
this.
Like, yeah, like that's got
Look
a
at
lot
this.
of mileage on it. That's crazy.
That's got some mileage on it.
And
Okay.
what are these just tabs?
It's basically, it's just tabs, it's references, it's understanding. It's like, so what I try to do, like when you read the Bible, you got to start in the beginning, just like a movie. You don't start a movie from the middle or the end. You got to, because people always ask me, like, where do you start reading? Because they want
On page one.
Page one. Yeah.
And I will say that it is difficult at sometimes. There's, especially when they start going through the lineage in Genesis,
lot.
it's like person from this person, 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 and it goes on because it's a lineage.
And it's there for a reason, and it's exact.
Yeah.
It's
I would definitely. I've always
Now, what
had a
kind
reading
is this? Is
reading
this-
comprehension problem. So reading the Bible would definitely attain
That's
Okay,
require
so
a
That's
lot
the
of work.
Christian Standard Version Bible. So the Bible, you can't just read it once. This is going to be my third time completing it. And the more you read it, the more you pick up on, because there's more clues. In every sentence, there's a clue.
Christian Standard Bible. Okay.
Yeah, it's like when you watch a movie more than once, you notice things.
Yeah, you
know,
notice
the
things.
first time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
See, it's it because I have the one that I have is the NIV, the National International.
Beautiful. Good.
Which what I do like about that is some of the scripture is a little difficult to understand. You have to read it a couple of times. But there is in the NIV version, there is a passage on the right side which kind of takes the scripture and lays it out a little bit more in today's
standards
verbiage.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit easier to comprehend.
Yep, that's awesome.
But either way, if you don't have one of these, get yourself one of these and read it.
Yeah.
They're in every hotel room.
I was actually just having a conversation
Yeah.
with a lady who came to our Halloween party, and we got on the topic of religion. She was asking. I said, "Well, I'm Christian. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior." And she's like, and I said, "Well, what about you?" She's like, "Well, I'm not really religious, but I'm very interested in history and interested in learning about it and stuff." And I said, "Well, you should get yourself a Bible, and just read it."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, where do I start?" I go, "Start in the beginning."
Yeah.
I said, "Just read it."
Yeah.
I said, "Or if you don't know where to start, here's a great thing for people that are Christians, and you're like, you know what? I'm not sure where I want to read today. Put the Bible on the table, open it up,
Yeah. Yeah.
open it up, and read."
That's what I say to a few people. It's like, if you don't know, just sit there quietly and ask in the name of Jesus Christ to send you the Holy Spirit to let you know what you should be reading. That's it, and let it just guide you.
Just open the book and read a chapter. And I was telling her, I said, "Listen, especially if you love history, it's the
Big old history book right there.
It's the history.
It is
Like,
the history book.
This is
Yeah.
the history.
Yeah.
This is the history of all histories right here.
I mean, it speaks about fallen angels in here, like the Nephilim. I mean, that's the beginning. Like, if you think about all the cultures and the civilizations throughout time, they all have the same theme.
Did you hear? I don't have to cut you off real
No.
quick, but did you see? You might have seen this on the news. The Noah's Ark.
Oh,
that
dude!
they saw?
Yes, it's in Turkey.
Oh yeah,
you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
And I'm like, they kind of downplayed it a little bit,
as they're going
as
to.
most media will.
Yeah.
And I know that they've been talking about that they thought they found it back in the 40s and stuff and all these things. And I'm like, but the same location that they found,
They
Like
found
this-
originally they thought they found in the 40s,
well, yeah, I mean,
it's the same one.
same one,
Yep.
same location,
meaning Turkey.
in Turkey.
Okay.
And the Bible says it was X amount of, they did it in cubits, right? But it's X amount of feet wide, and this thing is the same exact as what's said in there.
Same size.
Same exact size.
Yep.
It's
Wow.
resting on the mountain of Ararat, I think it is.
Yep, near the mountains of Ararat, but on top, high up.
Holy shit.
It resting in the same, and if you look where those mountains are, they're in Turkey, right?
Yeah.
I go, it says it right there.
Yep.
And people are like, it's just a formation of the thing. I said, it's a formation of the hills, like. And then they just did scans of it, and there's like compartments inside.
Compartments and structures inside.
And everybody always says, well, why don't you just dig it up and see if there's like a ship there? I said, well, the ship, it's wood.
Yeah.
It'd be completely,
It will break apart.
Yeah.
be completely dismantled, but the cavities might still be there. And I go, this like, says it right there, and here it is.
Yep, it's true.
So
No, I did see that, but I didn't know exactly what reference in the Bible was actually.
But one of the most important key features is when this is not written in the Bible, but there's throughout history. There were stone slabs with like hole cutouts where Noah tied ropes through, and they would throw the stones, heavy, big blocks of stones, on the sides of the boat to help with like the buoyancy during the storms. And what they did find, like throughout a few miles and like coming closer to the ship, the stones are just
left there.
left there because they snapped throughout time, and when they were settling on the ground and the water was receding. And people are like, what are these with the holes through it? Because the ropes went through it, and these are these giant stones. And if you look throughout history, there were people use that for boats.
Yeah, it's like a counterweight.
Yes.
So it's like when the boat sways on this side, the rope will like it'll get pulled on that side, so it kind of pulls it back. So it's kind of like there's a similar thing that does that with there's a building in Taiwan called Taipei 101, which has a similar system where the building itself, there's a huge, I'm going to call it stone, but it's a huge counterweight that's suspended on the inside of the building because the building's so tall that if a wind gust comes, the ball that's suspended will like move inside.
Wow.
So like a building's like this, and there's a ball suspended. So if the building gets like this, the ball will swing to kind of pull the building back.
That's engineering. That's
and that's the same concept. Is like they have this thing that's
serious
suspended. So if
engineering.
it swings one way, it suspends. It goes the other way.
Wow.
Yeah.
I go, this is wild. I saw this thing. I go, what's this gigantic ball in the middle of the building? They go, that's a counterweight for the wind.
Shit.
And they knew engineering back then, and I don't want to hear people say that like we know it today. We don't know anything today. They knew it then.
Yeah, and they did it with much less
resources.
Yeah.
So to go back, my original question was, the difference between today and like how our parents grew up with religion. What do you think that was the cause or the plan on how that happened?
Well, religion and tradition. Parents wanted to keep a tradition going, just like how the Israelites still to this day want to keep their tradition going. It's about religion. Christ was not about religion. Christ was he's the way of life. He basically came to destroy the religion that the man corrupted. So it's traditions. And I always have this counter argument with people like family members over the last few years. It's like they celebrate Easter and Christmas, but with like Christmas trees and eggs and whatnot. I'm like, don't do that. Why? Because it's traditional. Like you're gonna lose that little special feeling in your heart. It's because it's tradition. The real celebration is what we know, the birth of Christ and the death of Christ and his resurrection. That is history.
That's why I don't like when people say Xmas.
Yeah,
because you're taking Christ out of Christmas
or Happy Holidays.
And I'm like, listen, it's
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Stop.
And listen, there's Christmas is a beautiful time of year. And it's a time of giving.
Yeah.
Okay. It is the season of giving, is what they say in the Bible. You should be giving.
We're servants. We're servants
to the needy and give to people. That's the beautiful thing about it, right? Christ and one of the things that I've been gonna tell my son when we're teaching him about Christmas.
Nice.
Is Christmas is 'tis the season of giving. Christmas is the day that the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who gave the ultimate gift of his life for us.
Yeah.
This is why 'tis the season of giving. Christ was born on December 25th, and he had died on Easter and rose 3 days later, okay? He gave his life for us. That's why
right.
'tis the season of giving. This is
right.
first and foremost the reason why we celebrate Christmas.
That's right.
Now, there is the holiday that there's the tree and there's the presents and there's the joyous nature of Christmas that comes along with it. But first and foremost, the reason is it's Jesus' birthday.
Where did Xmas come from? Where did that come from?
I don't know. They were trying to shorten it as like I don't have to write the 5 letters. I can just write Xmas.
Yeah,
why?
That I don't know, but I mean, he died for us because we couldn't fix that sin. We couldn't fix that problem. What they did in the garden, we don't have the ability to ever fix that. And the fact that he loves us so much, continually loves us, he did that for us.
I actually heard I don't know if it was a pastor or somebody, but they were explaining, they were just kind of their interpretation of why was it a cross? Why was it a wooden cross? One of the things he was saying, I thought it was very interesting. He had said, well, the first sin, if you will, was Eve taking the fruit from the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge. Right.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay,
but go.
This is what I'm saying. I'm regurgitating what he had said. Yeah. He said, so she took it off of a tree. Was the first thing that said, don't do that. Don't take that fruit. And she said, no, I'm going to take it. That's when the first rebellion against God, and that caused the chain reaction of everything. And of now humans are sinners and sinners. And in order to save us from our sins, Jesus put himself back on the tree, which is a wooden cross. A tree is made out of wood, and he put himself back on the tree. And I was like, that's a very interesting interpretation.
Yeah.
But I saw it on the thing. I said, I like that.
That's accurate. Let's talk about Eve taking the so-called fruit. How people call it an apple, but it ain't no apple.
No, they call it an apple, but it's a fruit. It's a forbidden fruit. It's not an apple. It's a forbidden fruit.
Realistically, there was no fruit. There was no. Yeah. So when you read scripture, and I'm gonna.
So what was it? Was it anything?
So being fruitful there's different meanings to it, depending on the context that you read. So in Genesis, when God said, be fruitful and multiply, what does that mean to you?
Have a family, have kids.
There you go. Correct.
Kids.
When God said, you may eat from the fruit from the tree of life, but do not eat from the tree of good and evil. Basically, do not take information. Do not listen. Do not adhere to the instructions that guy over there is going to tell you. But listen to me. That's what that is.
And they did. They said, no, I'm going to go over here.
They went against the Lord.
They rebelled.
They rebelled. They went against God because they wanted to do it their way. She wanted to do it her way.
Yeah, you know who else wanted to do it their way and ended up in the eternal hot box?
Starts with an S.
Look how that turned out for him, right? Yeah. I'm not going to do it God's way. I'm going to try to do it my way.
My way.
And look what happened.
Yeah, because that's
don't do it your way.
That's lack of trust. They didn't trust.
Do it his way.
Yeah.
Let him lead you in everything.
But the funny thing is how the serpent, aka Satan, we're not going to call him Lucifer because Lucifer, his name is not in the Bible. FYI, everybody out there. Yeah, his name is the evil one, the accuser, Satan.
So where did Lucifer come from?
Came from like the 14th centuries, a Latin, like the Latin Vulgate book, because Lucifer means light bearer, light bringer in Latin, but it's not in the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. But where was I going with this?
You're saying the serpent?
The serpent. It's funny how he went to the woman, but not Adam, right?
Yeah,
because Adam was created first out of dust, and
she was created out of his rib,
out of his side. Doesn't really say rib; it's a side.
Okay, yeah. I mean, again, it's like interpretation of out of the side. You know?
Out of the side, yeah.
A lot of people believe that. A lot of people say that a rib was taken, it was closed with flesh, and a woman was.
So Adam was made out of dust.
Yeah, he was made out of the earth that we've come, and the dust we shall return.
And the Lord breathed into his nostrils. So when I train my clients, I said, breathe through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Because that's how we are meant to survive. That's how we're designed. But it's interesting how he went to her and not to Adam. Because Adam was created in the image of the Lord. And the serpent knew, like, I'm not gonna mess with this guy. I'm gonna go to her. She seems like an easier target, and she's pretty good to look at. Because in the Bible, it actually says how she goes to the tree and she's like, he's delightful to look at. It's kind of like a sexual. There's like a little bit of a sexual innuendo going on there.
He was delightful to look at.
He was delightful. Delightful. The tree is delightful to look at.
Well, they also, I don't like to say his name. Okay.
No, don't.
But that one, say that one, was one of the prettiest.
He was the most
angels.
Yeah.
He was one of the most beautiful.
He was a baddie.
Okay.
He was drop dead gorgeous.
So, you have it highlighted?
I have it all highlighted. Dude, the notes that I have. So she basically said he's delightful to look at and desirable for obtaining wisdom. Doesn't that sound like a little creepy in a way? Like those two, So he's we kind of see him as like the bad boy.
Yeah, sure.
And like, just like today, like the girls, like the bad boys, But it's all in there. So, but there was no actual piece of fruit.
Actually interesting too, right? It's like, why do you always go after the bad boys? They're no good.
Right.
But it's the same thing. It's like, it's the, we're sinners by nature. It's like it's that, it's everybody sins. Everybody.
Yeah,
we're all sinners.
But the funny thing is, when that happened, God goes, he's like, "What did you do? Why did you do this?" And then he goes to her. All right, well, now your desire is going to be for your husband. It's in there. So you gotta break it down. You have to like really open up your mind.
So I tell them, read it, okay?
Yeah, you gotta read it.
Read it.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's long, but read it.
So to step away from the Bible, I need to know a little bit more about this race car stuff because I don't really ever talk to you about this.
Yeah. We're gonna switch.
We're gonna switch lanes. No pun intended.
Listen, although it's probably the best topic ever.
We can go for hours with this for hours, but this is your show.
You can make your own podcast based on.
I love it. No, I love it. This is the first time we actually. Again, I want to get to the race car things. We got a whole lot of topics and not enough time to do it. And this topic is the most important topic of all. And we could talk. We have 300 plus episodes. Every single one of them could be about Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay.
Imagine you did an episode about every page. Forget it.
But this is the first time that we've ever
dove into.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, we've had people that who are religious, who follow God, who are super into it, and it's very like surface level stuff.
Yeah.
They're appreciative, they're thankful for what they have, and they love God and all that stuff.
We've had a couple of on there that I have mentioned scriptures.
Cool.
But this was the first time we ever said a prayer.
Yeah. That's great.
All right. And we'll say one at the end of the episode too when we're finished.
Yeah.
But this was good, and I appreciate you for bringing this because there are a lot of people that, I guess you could call them lukewarm Christians. They're not. I don't want to say that they don't believe. They believe.
I want to hear your description of it, and I love where you're going with this. But go on.
Okay, it's not that they don't believe. They're just more of like an introvert. They're not very open about it. They get a little bit shy about speaking openly about their faith. Mm-hmm. I feel that there's a lot of people about that. I was one of them.
I'm kind of like that.
I was one.
I go to church and everything. I mean, I see Phyllis all the time in church, but I don't really talk about it too much, really, with anybody.
Yeah,
I don't really.
I was one of them, right? But through time, I was one of those where I always believed. But as through your teenage years and through early 20s, I'd kind of strayed off the path a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thank God every single day that He sent me my wife because she got me back.
Oh,
she
awesome.
reignited. She rebuilt my relationship with God again. And now I'm where I am, where I openly speak about it and I tell people all the time. I share things on Instagram about it. Everything I do.
Yeah.
I just filmed a golf video. On one of the golf videos, I talk about Matthew 7:7. I hit a shot and I was like, say a prayer that this shot gets right through the tree because there's a big tree limb and it went right through and it's the best shot I ever hit in my life. And I was like, asking you shall receive. Matthew 7:7. There it is. Okay.
Love it.
Is that what Matthew 7:7 is?
It's asking you shall receive, knocking the door will be open, seeking you shall find, asking you shall receive, knocking the door shall be open to you.
I love it.
And then it goes a little bit further. The 8th part is because those who seek will find, those who ask will receive, and those who knock
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. When you ask, you will receive. It's that simple in his name. But going back to lukewarm.
Keyword, ask in his name.
In his name.
Okay.
His name. No one else's name. But going back to lukewarm, and then we'll switch the topic.
We'll go.
The lukewarm concept is very important. And I want to go back to my past a little bit. And then we'll switch.
It's all good.
I found this out recently, and I'm putting this in my book because I'm writing a book. And this is very important for me and for everybody to understand. Being lukewarm is, I'll give you this. My grandmother, when I was growing up, she was always reading the Bible all the time. I'm like, oh, wow, she's always like face deep into
My grandmother
it.
was the same way.
Yeah.
Same way.
But then I would spend summers with her upstate. My parents have 16 acres upstate, and they bought the property like 70-something years ago, and they would send me up there to hang out with her for 2.5 months out of the year, and I loved it. And she would do sorcery. Let me get into this. She would do like a pendulum type of like thing where she would put her hands on a table. There'd be a piece of string, a crystal at the end, and there would be fire, water, coal, and salt. And she would ask God knows what questions, and this thing would just go berserk by itself, but her hands were like this. And me being young, I'm like intrigued, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I want to try this game. And she was like, yeah, come on. So she showed me, and I was like, oh, okay. Growing up and really researching my background and my family, and I'm Ukrainian and Austrian, and there's a lot of paganism that goes on. I started like looking into this. I'm like, wow, she was doing witchcraft, sorcery. My grandmother was a witch, and I just got
She was a crystal lover.
Right, basically. And I found out from my uncle a few weeks ago, like more information that she was a real witch and she was doing things, but also reading the Bible. And in the Old Testament, it specifically states, God says, do not do sorcery, do not do mediumship, do not speak to the dead, do not do any of this because I detest that. Detest. That's like a very hardcore word.
Yeah, it's like
It's filth. It's gross. It's disgusting.
Yeah, because you're basically saying that you don't believe. Is what
You're not
saying.
relying on him.
Yeah, you're not putting your faith in him.
Right.
You're putting your faith in these other things. Which is, I say the same thing because I see people like, oh, I'm gonna bring this crystal. It moves the energy, and
Nah,
you don't need that.
I don't want
It's
that.
like, I got this right here.
So that
I want to put this. Why don't you? I'm gonna. Give a lucky charm. I don't need.
well, like
lucky
the
charm.
tarot
I got
cards
I don't
and all
believe in
that.
any of that. I have. I'm just saying. I know people. Okay, I'm not saying that. I know people that have gone to psychic readings. They say, "Oh, just I got a psychic about it." I was like, "Listen, I don't even want to hear it. You can tell me it's good. You can tell me whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it because I don't believe any of that.
Don't
stuff,
sell
okay?
me on it. It's not gonna work.
Like, oh, but I got these crystals. I got these lucky charms.
Yeah.
Mercury's in retrograde.
Yeah. Right.
I don't believe in any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I don't put my faith in any of that. I put my faith in him, and that's that.
So people that do that, people that did what my grandmother did, and then reading the Bible, that's lukewarm. You're neither hot, you're neither cold. You're in the middle, and
you can't be in the middle.
He specifically said, you can be cold. I'd much rather have you be cold or be really hot and love me, but you cannot be in the middle because you're cheating on him. You're cheating. You're being a you're prostituting yourself with other sources rather than the main living source, because he is the all living God.
Yeah, he says, I am the life. Yeah.
That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I am the way, the truth, and the life.
That's it.
Nobody comes through the Father except
Was your
through
grandma
me.
doing it like in a dark, weary room, or what was, what
dude,
was the environment like?
It was in the kitchen. It was like we had like a little trailer. It was in the kitchen, little lights, and it wasn't anything like crazy. But so many stories, guys. There's so many stories with like there were witches on my property that she was friends with, and like weird things happened. There was
Where was
Ouija
this
boards. There's a
upstate?
lot of stories. Ellenville, New York.
Give me a bigger town nearby.
Okay.
Is it Adirondacks or Catskills?
It's Catskills.
Okay.
Ulster County. Do you know where Monticello is?
Yeah, okay.
It's actually a little bit before Monticello.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's Catskills, Adirondacks. Now I know how far north it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sure.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
listen,
So much.
he is the way, the truth, the life, people.
That's it.
Okay? That's that. There is no
Signed,
other way.
sealed, delivered.
There is no other truth. He is the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you want to learn about it, get yourself a Bible and read.
Yeah. They're affordable. They're very affordable.
You don't even need to. You can download it for free.
I mean, how much does a Bible go for nowadays?
It's free. Free 99.
Yeah.
Download the app.
If you actually want to buy one, though.
It's free.
And not only that, if you can't buy one, and I do this, you can log on to go onto YouTube and you can just listen to the whole Bible. You can listen to it. Like when I train, when I work out, I listen to it.
Listen, it's free 99. You can go to church and read the Bible.
Yeah, come on.
Go to church, sit in a pew. They got them all there.
That's right.
They got them all there. Okay.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're switching lanes. No pun intended. Now
I was getting gassed. I was getting heated. I was getting.
No pun intended. Still, Justin was getting gassed.
I love it.
But
it's good.
You drive race cars. You are a race car instructor.
By the way, we were 53 minutes.
Holy shit. That was a long time.
Love it. Okay.
That's what's up.
How does one get into that?
I was going to say the same thing because you said you teach people. I was like, you teach people.
How does one get into that, and what is it that you actually do? Because I obviously on your Instagram.
Gas is on the right, brake is on the left.
Yeah.
P is for park, D is for drive.
Yeah, there's an e-brake and windshield wipers.
Because the cars you are they're like gutted, and I don't know anything about cars, but like these cars I'm assuming are supposed to be super lightweight for maximum speed.
So I'll break it down for you guys. I'm not a professional race car driver. I'm not even a semi-pro. I'm just like getting my feet wet. I just started racing 2.5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I do club racing. Club racing is you pick an organization and you just, you have a car built for a certain class and you just go out and race. But first you have to get a racing license and everything. But I'll start from the beginning. I've always been into cars, loved cars. I bought my first car when I was 16. It was a Volkswagen Jetta. I just modified it, everything, like the whole spiel, like what every car guy does.
Did you put like neon lights under it?
That's one thing I did. I just
Fast and the Furious.
I was gonna say which direction of mods are we talking?
No, I went like suspension and brakes because I was always about.
Did you have those
handling.
Brembo brakes?
Yes, that I did.
With the red calipers?
Yes, they had to be red.
Gotta be.
If you had black calipers, you were a loser.
No, it had to be red. Gotta see them. I gotta see them.
Yeah, you have to show it to everybody.
Yeah,
everybody has to see.
Car only goes like 60 miles an hour, but I got Brembo brakes, baby.
Listen, my brakes are more expensive than my car. Okay,
yeah.
That's so wild.
But I started at a young age and just modifying, and I always wanted to race. I always wanted to get into it, but I couldn't afford it because it is an expensive hobby.
Oh my God, your tires are loan.
They range, well, depending on the size of the wheel, but they start at like $1,100 all the way up to like $3,000.
I was gonna say it's
for a set of 4.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say a couple $1,000s for a set of 4, and
yeah,
you probably can't. If you race in them, you probably have to change them out, right? After the race.
If you want to be fast, you really should get new tires after every event. If you want to be fast, because
so how many events could you do in a year?
Again, it depends how deep your pockets are.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't have deep pockets.
If you want to do one event every month, that's $30,000-$40,000 just for tires.
I know certain people. I know certain people that drop close to $500K to $1 million a year
on tires.
Is that all
just
in?
Racing in general?
Okay. That's equipment,
tires, fees, your own little crew, pit crew and whatnot. They're dropping close to like $500 to $1 million a year.
Now, what's the return on that though? Like if you win one of the races.
It's just notoriety. All right, you get sponsorships, you get like some free goods. Let's say, all right, a buddy of mine is racing for Porsche, all right, and this is amateur racing. This is not even pro. It's like he's a semi-pro, but it's like pretty much amateur. He's racing for Porsche, and then he wins the race, and Porsche sees this, and they're like, all right, now we got this new car coming out in like 2 years, 3 years, and considering you just won this race, you're on the list. So that kind of gives you like a position to get like the new hot item, the new car that nobody can get except.
And they're going to give it to you.
No, you have to pay for it, but you're on the list.
You're on the list to pay for it. Okay.
You're on the list to pay for it.
Yeah, it's basically like, it's like getting Masters tickets.
That's just like one of those things.
Oh, congratulations. You won the lottery. Yeah. Now you get to pay. Now you can pay for the tickets.
Guys, it's the same thing with bodybuilding. You make no money, you lose money.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You pay for your trophy.
The only time you really like make money is when you get to the top.
Top.
Like Olympia.
Yeah. Like
you win Olympia. Okay. Okay, now you're making some money.
Like F1 race car drivers, like you have to have money to start to get into F1. You have to be someone. You have to prove yourself.
Is that guy really that good?
Yes.
That guy.
They all are.
No,
Yes.
I was saying there's this F1 guy. Is Verstappen? Is that his name?
Verstappen. Yeah.
Don't ask me where that name came from. Okay.
He's the next big thing. Yeah.
But I've heard because you see him every once in a while, whatever, and like every once in a while F1's on like ESPN or something like that. And it's always Verstappen. I'm like, is this guy really that good?
Yeah,
he is.
He's all right. Yeah, no. Yeah.
So, do you race a particular car?
All right. So my car currently that I race is a BMW E36 M3. All right. So I have a bigger motor in it. It's I took the old motor out that came with the car originally. My car was a street car. All right, and I converted it to a full race car because one day I was vacuuming the car, and then the end of the vacuum hit my gas pedal. My gas pedal just broke off. I'm like, why would it do that? What's happening here? And then I looked, and there was like all like rust in a puddle of water. I'm like, oh, this thing is a rust bucket. I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do now? Race car build.
Now, okay, so you build a race car, right?
Yeah.
You can't drive. Can you drive that on the street?
I can because I still have headlights, taillights, no horn. You have to have a horn.
So technically,
no. But the thing is, I have a '69 Camaro that has a full roll cage. It's a race car, but it's registered and I can drive. It's street legal, but I could take it to the track. Yeah.
69 Camaro.
Okay, so now here's probably the first racing question that everybody asks you: how fast have you gone in a car?
Depends what track you're on.
Fast. It doesn't matter the track. Fastest you've ever been in a car.
Okay.
That you've been driving.
I've been driving. Okay. So it was Watkins Glen.
That's upstate.
It's upstate. It's right beneath the Finger Lakes.
Yeah,
Watkins Glen. I love that track. It wasn't even in my car. I was instructing a client in his McLaren 760S. So on the back straight before the bus stop, the car, I got it to like 167 or something like that. I'm like, wow. Actually,
brake.
Yeah. And then brake hard down to like 70 and cut like, good hard right and left.
That's probably nuts.
It is.
Going from 160 to 70?
Yeah.
How do you do
the
that?
braking system is the braking system in that car is nuts. The braking system in my car is really good, but my car is very light. The McLarens are very lightweight, so they
aren't there like a handful of them in the world?
No,
really?
not at all. My
There's a lot of them?
My client that I train, he pulls up to the gym in his McLaren. Super cool dude. I love him. Good dude. Yeah. No,
so what are you in? So
driving over here. It was a silver McLaren 720.
Yeah, I've seen McLarens on the road before. Yeah,
it was on the road or was it in the dealership?
On the road.
Because this is
driving.
I've seen McLarens on like the LIE and stuff like that.
So 165, something like that.
Yeah, on the track at Watkins Glen. Yeah, it was up there.
Is the steering wheel now like shaking now or no?
In that car, it was like this.
Like still,
I could have held it with one hand. I'm like, yeah.
So it really wasn't that.
Nothing because the car's primed to do that.
Now why? Okay, now so you're racing. So you said you're racing a BMW, right?
Yeah.
Now is it because of the classes? Like, why wouldn't somebody just take a McLaren? If a McLaren is so good, why wouldn't they just buy a McLaren and then race that?
All right. Well, first and foremost, the McLarens, they're over like $200,000.
I know, but I'm just saying, if money was an option.
Oh, then no, they do. People do. Like I have friends that do that. And in my case, my BMW, I paid it was $8,000 used 10 years ago. I bought it from
and the brakes were $8,000.
Yeah, and the brakes, honestly, the brakes were $5,000.
I know,
just for the front, but my car, my class, everything that I do in my situation, it's just easier for the pockets. I can go race. I can, God forbid something happens. It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah, like you told your whole car, you're like, all right, I'll just go buy another.
Like I invite a few people who have these high-end race cars, like these McLarens, these Ferraris. I'm like, yo, guys, come to the track. Let me instruct you. Let's get you into the world of motorsport.
I feel like also if you have, like, not saying that your car is like a beater, okay, but the fact that you're like, okay, I bought the whole car for $8,000, and I put X amount of money.
I put a lot of money into it.
And kind of, wouldn't really be worried if I kind of got up on the wall a little bit, and a little scrape here and there, because you're like, that's all right. It's just a paint job. But I feel like if you have a McLaren, you're like, I don't want to touch nothing.
And that's exactly what my friends
I don't even want to go up on the.
Yeah, no. That's exactly what they say. They're like, I don't want to. I'm afraid. They're like, I'm afraid because of rock chips hitting my window or like my bumper getting scuffed up because of the rock chips from the other cars in front of me. I'm like, guys, come on.
You're like, well, then you'll never be a winner.
In my head, I'm like, oh,
that's what losers.
Yeah, there's a Ricky Bobby quote in there somewhere.
But yeah, it's just cost effective in my realm of driving. I mean, I can't. Sorry, I can't get into anything more expensive. It's stupid. I'd rather invest my money. But
so have you been coaching longer than driving or driving?
All right, so I started coaching 11 years ago.
Okay.
I started coaching 11 years ago with this organization, SCDA. That's I'm throwing that out there.
Little plug.
Elevon Goulart is the president of SCDA, and I love him. He took me in, and the only reason why he took me is because I was safe. I was a safe driver. It's not about being fast. It's about being safe and having a peripheral. Like, it's not about this. It's about
everything around you.
That.
Behind you.
And,
okay.
Oh, yeah. So he took me in and started instructing people, and then I just grew from there. And then I got certified to instruct pretty much at all the racetracks in North America. And then when my race car finally got finished 2 years ago, I went to racing school before that, prior, just to have the license. I was like itching. I'm like, I gotta drive. I gotta race. Because I've been doing track days. It's high performance driving education. We call it HPDE or track days. And I'm like I'm really fast. Like I'm driving. Like when I was driving for track days, I was keeping time. And keeping time, I don't suggest it, but when you're already getting to a point where you're getting bored passing people, all right, in like a slower car, and there's cars with higher horsepower, and it gets boring. So now you want to go against yourself with time. So you start timing yourself.
How quick can I get a lap in?
Okay.
How quick can you get a lap in? But not only that, can I be consistent with that time? The same. Can I get within?
Because it's great. It's not like if I can do a lap in 1 minute, and that's my fastest, it's not great if the next 3 laps after that are a minute 30.
Correct. And that's why these pro drivers are so good. That's why they're the best. That's why F1, they're the best, because they can get within a 1 or 2 milliseconds.
So they're basically like repeating. They're doing exactly
that's it.
The same shifts, braking, turns.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Everything. It's all muscle memory, I would assume.
Everything. Have you seen the videos? Maybe this is where I saw the guy Verstappen. Have you seen the videos of how they train? Like I think they interviewed him, and he before every race, they had him sitting down like this, and they go, take me through what's a famous F1 track?
There's Spa. You could do Nürburgring, but there's Spa. There's what else?
Pick one. Spa. Okay, we'll pick Spa. So they said in the interview, maybe this was the guy. They said, take me through a lap at Spa, and he goes, okay. He sits down. He goes, all right. We start off. He goes, first gear. He goes, I'm gonna. He's saying all this lingo, but he's sitting there, and he goes, first gear, second gear, third gear, landmark, downshift, second gear, brake. Here comes the turn. Ease off the turn.
Yeah.
First gear, second, and then he goes through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like this is like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And he goes, here comes a straightaway, floor it, pedal to the floor, all the way. Here's the next landmark. Okay, downshift. I got a brake.
Yeah.
2,000 RPM. Like he's going through everything.
Yeah. And
then he goes and lap.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing in his brain, sitting in the chair, and the interviewer's like, "Whoa!"
So not only are you trying to soak in, you're a sponge. You got to soak everything in with that one lap. And you
he's pointing out landmarks,
and that's what it is. Like there's a tree there. You're going to use that tree on your braking zone. I'm going to use that tree. I'm going to use that little gravel section on the racetrack. That little tire marker from that other guy. Like
he was using trees. He's like he goes. You come around this turn. He goes, all right. Your line is the tree. He goes, the tall tree in the back. That's your line coming into the next turn. He's like, and I was blown away by how much this guy knew. And he goes, and then he said, okay, now do it at Nuremberg. He goes, all right, no problem. And he knows every track, every turn, every shift, every break, I go, that's pretty wild.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
That's pretty wild.
It is wild. And when I drive, I try not to eat. I do it in a fasted state, but I'm like hydrated, like with electrolytes.
Do you think
and
you're
salt.
heightened in a fasted state?
Very.
Yeah.
I'm so sharp. It's ridiculous. It's scary, actually. It's frightening because nothing affects me, and I do like a breathing. And when I'm racing, when I'm actually racing, I wish I had a mic when I race so you guys could hear. But like as I'm racing, there's cars all around me. There's like 20 something cars around me, mind you. Our mirrors are touching.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're racing, going around turns too. I am.
Trying to stay as calm as possible.
And it works.
Yeah.
And it's nuts. It's the nuttiest thing. And again, when you're in that situation, when you're performing at high rates of speed and you're encompassed with other drivers, like you don't want to be putting carbohydrates and like, you know, garbage into your system. You just want to be sharp.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that totally.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you use creatine at all?
Yeah.
Because creatine, not only is it good for strength and building muscle,
Good for the mind.
but I heard this too. I read that this was good, that creatine is actually good for your cognitive function in a depleted state. Like if you're tired or you're in like a fasted state, it actually helps with cognitive function.
Yeah.
I think I heard this on Joe Rogan too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It works. It does.
How much do you take?
Anywhere from 5 to 8 grams.
Yeah, I do a 5 gram every morning in my shake.
And I sip it during my workout also.
Do you?
But I do it with salt and a little baking soda and electrolyte powder, a pharmaceutical grade electrolyte powder. So
Okay.
but before I even go into the gym, I'm already like a half a gallon of water in. So I'm trying to be like saturated with water.
See, I gotta do. I used to do electrolytes, but then I I used to do electrolyte powder, but then on these powders, I kind of got away from. I wanted to do more more natural, less ingredient powders.
Sure.
So like the protein that I use is by a company called Naked Way.
Beautiful.
And there's 3 ingredients. It's grass-fed, grass-finished whey protein from grass-fed, grass-finished cows, organic coconut sugar, and organic cocoa powder.
Yeah.
There's only 3 things in it.
I use levels. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Less
so like
ingredients.
with creatine, it's just creatine monohydrate. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But then with some of these electrolyte powders, you'd see there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there. And I'm like, I don't want all that other stuff. Like I just want like amino acids or something.
I'll send you what I use, and it's so good. I've been using it for like the last 6 years.
And I don't really care about the flavor. It
No.
doesn't have to be
No, I
flavored.
don't.
Because I'm not drinking it for the
Listen,
flavor.
I'll chew on rocks. I don't care.
Okay. Just put it in the water.
Rock's got protein.
You
Right?
know,
Yeah.
you-
Give
you
me
got it.
rocks and sawdust. Call it a day.
It's fine.
I don't care.
Now, have you ever been in any racing accidents?
No, but I have spun out where I thought I was gonna smash, but yeah, things got hairy. Yes.
Do you remember what goes through your mind in those situations, or is it just all blacked out?
It becomes like a blur, but I understand what's happening in that current situation where I'm just calm. And if you feel like you're getting close to a wall, you just take your hands off the wheel and just hold on, tuck like you're hold on to your harness, because you don't want to God forbid you hit the wall or something, or somebody hits you and your hands are on the wheel. Things can happen. You can break your wrist, hands. I've seen it. But yeah, I spun out a few times. Some hairy situations.
So you want to keep your hands as close to you, obviously, for any kind of violent acts of movement.
Yeah.
Break hands, wrists, fingers.
Yeah, I mean, like think about if your arm goes like there and you roll and it bang, like you can get it jammed in between the seats. And then
or another car or something. Yeah.
Actually, remember I told you a story about how I rolled a 4-wheeler or I rolled a side-by-side in Montana.
My buddy did that last year, 2 years
and
ago.
that's exactly what. So I was with a buddy. He was in the passenger seat, and we were going around this U-turn.
Yeah.
And the 4-wheeler in front of the side-by-side, I forgot what they called it. ATV.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, 2-seater.
The one in front of us drifted the turn. And I was like, oh, shit, I want to do that. So he drifted the turn, except he had a different ATV than I did. His ATV.
You had a utility one. He had a sport
His
one.
ATV was a sport one, much lower, wider
Yeah.
wheelbase. Ours was much taller. So I want to go and you catching it, and then it goes over.
Yeah.
And the buddy sitting in the passenger seat, first thing he's like, first thing I did like this. He goes, just like this. And he goes, and you bang, you hit.
Yeah.
And it was fine because it's not like we rolled it. We like tipped it over. You just go bang.
Yep.
And we were sitting there. I go, we're laying on the side. I go, are you good? And he's like, I'm good. I'm like, all right, let's get out and flip this thing back over.
Did you were you buckled in? Did you have like harnesses or a safety belt?
We were buckled in. We had helmets on.
That's actually really good. Let me tell you the story of what happened to my friend Jay. It was actually 2 years ago. He broke his collarbone. Same thing. He was going around a turn drifting, but he went a little too fast, but there was like a hump. So when he drifted, he hit the hump and he caught it. But before that happened, I was like, man, I really wish this thing had some harnesses, because it just had one buckle, like a safety belt, like a car. I'm like, this thing needs harnesses.
It had a double.
Thing. He didn't even buckle it in.
Yeah, no.
So he hit the turn, drifted, flipped twice. It flipped twice.
And he broke his collarbone.
He's
lucky that's the only thing he broke.
Yeah, for sure.
As soon as I saw the one flip, I got on my four-wheeler and I booked. I was like, I got to help him.
My buddies were like, oh my God, you guys okay? We're like, we're fine. I just stick the hand up. I'm like, we're good. Just help us flip this thing over.
We have a lot of quads at my house, upstate ATVs, and
nice.
There's been between my.
I know
you.
I know a story about somebody launching off of one of yours, didn't they? Didn't they like go over to the front, going down your? No.
I think so. Like, I know my brother once when he was little, he was with my uncle. They were just driving on a regular quad and they hit the divot too hard. My brother banged his freaking mouth on there.
Maybe that's what I was.
And then another time, my brother and my neighbor where I used to live came up, and then him and her collided and crashed into each other. I've had friends. I had one friend in 8th grade. We were riding quads, and we had, at the time, it was a Polaris 250, so that was a more sport one, and then a Kawasaki 400, which was more of like a bulkier, quad. So
more like a cruiser quad,
4-wheel drive.
Yeah, the 400 is more. It's more like I wouldn't say utility, but
it gets up the mountains.
It's slower. Yeah,
it gets up the mountains.
So we're going down, and it's a little bit rainy, so and everything is downhill because all our property is up. Right, so when we're coming down, I hit the turn no problem, and then I was way ahead of him, so I didn't even see where he was. But it took him a little bit while to catch up to me. So whatever, I'm like, all right, we're back. And then all of a sudden, my dad starts freaking out that the quad, the grill is kind of like crooked, and he starts freaking out. And I was adamant that my friend Anthony didn't do it. I was like, he didn't do it. I would have saw. He was fine. It was like that. He didn't do it.
Your dad's like, I know he did.
Yeah.
On Monday at school, my buddy's like, yeah, I crashed that quad.
Yeah,
I was like, you fucking asshole! I went to fucking bat for you.
Jerk.
Or we have a 2-seater. We didn't flip it over, but yeah, we went on the side. One time, my buddy Waleed, he was going up the hill, me and him, and for some reason we were going back down, but we were just like cruising back down, and he turned the wheel.
Oh no!
And then we flipped over.
You don't do that.
And we flipped it over.
Oh, he was going backwards?
Yeah.
Down the hill. You don't do that.
I don't know why we didn't even go all the way up.
That's like this.
I think he wanted to like turn around, so we started going up, and he's like, "Oh, I want to go the other way." So we just started rolling down, and he turned too fast, and we flipped over, and he's a big guy, so he landed on the stick shift, and now, still to this day, the stick shift is kind of fucking bent like this. So he kind of still has to move it around. But
how was he? Was he all right?
No, everyone was always all right.
You gotta be careful with those because they're heavy enough.
And I always make sure everyone wears helmets all the time. I'm like, listen, you gotta wear a helmet.
That's fine. The guys that were in front of us in that lower ATV, they weren't wearing a helmet.
Yeah, you gotta.
I was like, listen, I'm wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a helmet. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I've never ridden one of these things. I've ridden yours upstate. But I was like, I'm taking these off the back country on the sand. I was like, I'm wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
And we rolled. Everybody put their helmet on. They're like,
that's right.
I'm putting a helmet on. Screw that. Seatbelt, everything. I was like, now it's, okay. I had to flip it for you to put your helmet on.
Yeah. So I was the example.
Yeah, right.
It reminds me of in football in high school, no one ever wore a cup, right? So then we had,
dude, there's pros. I don't understand
how no one wore a cup.
Dude,
so
how do you not
wear
a cup?
Running back, I forgot what actually happened, but the running back got popped. Something happened, and like his ball sack must have popped or something because he was in excruciating pain. They're like, "You wearing a cup?" He's like, "No." And then my coach is like, "Is anyone else wearing a cup?" And everyone just went in the locker room and put a fucking cup on.
Dude, I don't know. Dude, there's pros that like don't wear them.
No, when I played soccer, I always wore.
How do you know? It's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, it's nuts.
I know.
No thanks.
It was like something like I don't know, like the lineman or something. His leg like just shot up and just fucking.
I know. One of the kids on our basketball team. Now you don't wear a cup in basketball because it's supposed to be a non-contact sport.
Yeah.
Although listen. When you're playing competitive basketball, it's contact.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Like, listen, if you're playing real competitive basketball at college level, you're banged down there. You're getting, okay, it's brutal. Like you're getting hit, you're banging people, like you're really, it's not full contact like football and stuff, but you get hit. Okay, you're gonna get some bruise. One of the guys got a knee right to the and had to go to the hospital. I was like, oh
no,
my leg. It makes you think, like, that's why I started wearing I wear basically like crash pants for snowboarding.
Yeah.
Not quite as big as those, but they had pads like on the front, on the hips, and on the tailbone, because when you're coming over a screen or if you take a charge, land on your tailbone one time.
Yeah, I have. Not good.
It's not good, man. It sends a
worst.
shock up my.
Listen, I wear wrist guards underneath my gloves when I still snowboard, and I don't care. I wear wrist guards because, I mean, look, going down at 230 something pounds. Listen, I used to snowboard when I was 280s. When I was in my 280s, I was still snowboarding.
280?
I was 311. That was my heaviest.
311?
Yeah, 311.
Yeah, your body gets beat up. I went snowboarding.
You still have abs at 311?
No.
Gone.
Yeah.
Not so much. No, I never realized the magnitude of what your body takes for people who don't snowboard often. We went to, I think we're in Vermont, snowboarding somewhere, and that was the first time I went down to Black Diamond. I was fucking falling every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, I was out like 7 o'clock in the afternoon or at night because my body was just brutally beat up.
That's how I taught my wife how to snowboard. I said, listen, here's what's gonna happen. We went. I said, jump on like it's a skateboard. Jump on whichever way you jump on. That's what we're doing, right? So we knew that. So she's goofy just like I am. And I said, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up this little bump. You're just gonna slide down a little bit. Slide down a little bit. Slide. I said 3. Okay, perfect. Now we're going up. She's like, I don't even know. We're going up. So, and here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna fall your way to the bottom. Okay.
Yep.
Just suck. You're gonna fall. Okay. You're probably gonna fall 10, 15 times all the way to the bottom.
Probably more.
Then we're gonna go back up. And then you're gonna fall a little bit less. And then we're going to go back up. And eventually you'll learn how not to fall down the mountain. And then congratulations, you're snowboarding. And by like the third or fourth time, she figured out like her balance.
Yeah.
It's okay, now we can learn about turns and this, that, and the next. But she fell one time here to tell him like we're doing crash pants. And now she's got the crash pants and everything, and she's totally fine. And now she's going down blues, and she can go down blacks too. But I said, that's how you're going to learn.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Figure out how not to fall.
It's just about creating a groove. That's all.
Yeah.
You got to get into the groove, and that's the same
and you link
thing.
and you connect the turns together, and it's
just
good.
like driving, getting into a groove. That's all it is.
So are you?
Hold on, really quick. I wanted to ask about your 311 days.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you ever miss how strong you were then?
It was cool. I'm not gonna lie. I was front squatting 4 plates.
Yeah. And then when you cut, you're like, shit.
Yeah. But you know what? I wanted to.
Then you cut your front squat in 1 plate, and you're like, this is struggling.
Yeah. It sucks. It does. I'm gonna be real with you guys and everybody out there. It sucks. But the thing is, you have to come to the realization that we're getting older, and I don't want to have hip replacement and knee replacements like a lot of these pros that are out there, like AKA Ronnie Coleman. I'm sorry, but
he was also on a lot of drugs.
Yeah, he was. But the thing is,
when you come off of those, your body deteriorates.
Yeah, but the thing is, my goal was to like live long and look good and be healthy and happy, not be in pain.
Yeah,
that's all
the time.
Yeah, and I wanted to drive. I wanted to race cars. I wanted to drive. You know, like there's more to life than just competing and lifting heavy weights. There's way more to life. Yeah. And I realized that the hard way when I slightly tore my pec, and that put me out. I was like, damn, I can't compete anymore because it's not symmetrical. But that was a godsend, you know.
And it's also, I feel like, because I like to lift heavy. I was a power lifter, never competed, but I power lift that's kind of how I train.
Yeah.
Just because I like to do it. But there's a difference, but like you kind of have to know your limits.
Yes.
Okay. And I try to I don't push. I don't try to do 1 reps.
No.
Like I push my triples and
Smart.
I push the doubles.
Smart.
Okay?
Good.
Most of the time it's just triples. Like it'll be a heavy triple. So it's a weight that I know I can get this weight up, and I'm failing because of fatigue, not because of strength.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But there's also a way, like you have to learn how to properly do movements.
Yeah.
And that's where injury comes from if you're not properly doing movements. Like deadlift. Deadlift is a great exercise if you properly do it.
And if you're breathing correctly
and that's, okay, so here, I'm so glad you brought this up.
So
we were in the gym.
Oh, here we go.
So we were in the gym.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a great story. We were in the gym. We were doing legs, okay? And Eric came over one day like, hey, why don't you come over? We'll get a leg session in. We'll I think we were doing maybe redoing this. We're going to have an episode, whatever. I said, come over, we'll do a leg day.
Yeah.
So he came over. I said, I was like, I'm going to work. I was going to work up to a heavy, I think it was called 5+ was the number. So I was going to do 5. And this was a while ago.
Yeah, this is like 3 years ago.
So I was like, here's what we're going to do. I was like, so what's like, how heavy have you got? Let's see, let's push it today. And he's like, I only really do like 225. And I was like, but I can do it like 8 times.
Yeah, I would do like 225, like 3 sets of 10.
That's good. That's still good.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm like, all right, you can let's push it. So we did 225, right? And then we did like 245, and then like 265,
yeah,
and then 280, and he's getting there, right?
Good.
And I was like, all right, have you ever gotten 3 bills? He's like, nah, I never touched 3 bills. Now it was not 315, but I was like, let's do 3 bills, okay? I said, I'm like, you have the strength, you can do it, okay? I was like, because if you can do 225 for 3 sets of 10, you could probably do 315. I was like, but we can do 3 bills, right?
Yeah.
Put 3 bills on. I was like, and I got you. Don't worry, I'm spotting. The first time he did it, right, and just kind of collapsed down. Couldn't get it up. Had to bail.
My whole breathing was like
had to bail. Right? Yeah,
fucked it all up.
So I said, and I knew right off the gate because he took it out the rack and then just went down. I was like, I knew you weren't gonna. I said, here's what you got to do. So when you take it out the rack, I said, I want you to breathe into your balls.
Yeah.
Okay. Take the biggest breath you could possibly take
and hold it
and tighten like you're gonna take a shit. Like tighten your abs, tighten your back, tighten everything. Hold it, then go down.
Yeah.
He went down. Flew right up, and he's like, I said, told you.
Yeah.
Like, he goes, let's go.
That's probably one of the best feelings ever.
And I said, how great was that?
Because breath, I mean, think about it, guys. Breath, it's life. It's energy. If you're not breathing correctly, you're fucking dead. You're done.
You got it, yeah. And that's the other thing, too, is when people put on, like, the belts. I'm like, listen, belt is fantastic.
I haven't used one. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put it out there. I haven't used a belt in probably 8 years.
Really?
I don't use a belt anymore.
Well, you're also training more you're not training to, like, pushing heavy weight, right?
No. Even when I was powerlifting, I tried not to use a belt because I was doing powerlifting back in the day.
Yeah.
I was combining powerlifting with bodybuilding.
Yeah, because that's how you get strength.
Yeah, strength, size.
That's the other thing is, too, when people say, how do I get big? Go eat a lot of food and lift heavy. That's how you'll get big. Yeah. But I said with the belt, the belt is great.
Yeah.
If you use it properly. It's just like another a tool in the gym where, okay, and somebody explained this to me. I go, put out your hand, right? Push as hard as you can. Push as hard as you can against nothing, right here. Push as hard as you can, right? I said, now go against the wall and push. How much harder can you push against a wall that's pushing back against you versus nothing?
Yeah.
I said, that's a belt. So when you brace yourself, you breathe in and you're contracting your abs and you're bracing your core, you're bracing against nothing.
Yep.
Now, if you put a belt, you can brace much harder because you have that belt pushing back.
That's right.
That's what it's for. Some people put the belt on and they don't brace. They think the belt is the brace. It's not. The belt is just the...
You're right. And a lot of people like to use belts as a safety net for everything.
Like, no, it's...
No, you use it when you really, really need it, like wrist wraps.
Right.
I see people using wrist wraps for the stupidest shit.
Wow. Pressing movements.
Yeah, pressing movements, and I'm like,
that's the only thing you should use it for is if you're pressing heavy. Wrist wraps. You don't need wrist wraps for bicep curls.
No, even side laterals. I see people using like wrapping it for everything, and I'm like, and with me, I like to develop grip strength. My entire life, I like to develop grip strength, and like I haven't went over like 130s in a while. I did 150s last week for a solid 8 with no wrist wraps or no chalk. Bent over barbell rows.
Bent over rows.
Yeah.
Do you use a hook grip or just straight grip?
It was basically you grip it, kink it a little bit, and let the dumbbell hit.
Yeah.
And then it's just
because some people do, like if you're deadlifting, you do the hook grip.
Yeah, no, my thumb goes around,
yeah.
but when I deadlift, I do that grip. When I deadlift, I do
grip.
Yeah.
How's your thumb feel?
It's fine.
Yeah, after a while.
Yeah, after a while,
it sucks.
Yeah.
First time you do it, it feels like your thumb's gonna rip off.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but again, I don't like to use wrist wraps for everything. Only like when you really, really need it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like working up to a heavy squat, I'll do like the first couple sets. There's nothing. There's no knee wraps. There's no.
That's it.
There's no belt. There's no nothing.
No.
Okay, and then when you get up a little bit, I'll put the knee wraps on. Okay,
of course.
And then just because it's protection. It's good for keeps your knees tight. It's protection, right? It's not really helping my quads or nothing. It's just it's bracing your knees. But then when you start getting into heavier squats, you know, now you're talking 4 plates plus, put the belt on.
That's right.
Okay.
Please.
Because it's safe. Now, if you're doing it properly, it's fine. Same thing with like front squats. Like front squats, I might put some of the wrist straps on because depending on where you hold, some people, I like to do the Olympic front squat, which is like this. So I get a little bit of protection on my wrists. And then you put the belt on as you get heavier and heavier. But it's like you don't need wrist straps for, like if you're doing super light, if you're doing pressing movements, if you're doing a lot of pressing, overhead, bench pressing, it's probably all you really need wrist straps for.
That's pretty much it.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you think about it, it's pushing weight against your wrist.
Yep.
So it helps. So your wrist doesn't go like this.
That's true. But yeah.
Never used it.
Wrist straps?
No, never.
It's okay. You're fine.
They help stable. They help stabilize.
I'm just an average gym guy. Just go to the gym, or I used to go. I gotta get back in the gym. But you know what? Around that time where I was squatting 300 pounds, that was probably
when you're back.
That's pretty good.
Only a couple more months, because around springtime, that is when Marissa started having those leg spasms when she was pregnant and ruined my sleep. And then once, because I used to be at the gym at 5:30 and I was super routine. So once I'm in a routine, I'm in it.
Yeah.
The slightest fracture.
Yeah.
Fucking so hard to go back.
It's okay. You can always go back.
Always go back.
So what were your numbers when you were powerlifting? Heaviest numbers.
My heaviest squat was a 575. I wasn't.
Was this at 311? Like when you were the heaviest?
Yeah. The thing with me, I was not a good pusher. I was a very good puller. Like I was rowing 200-pound dumbbells with wrist wraps for reps.
See, I'm the same way.
Deadlifting, dude. I was deadlifting 6 plates on each side for reps. I'm talking about like 6 to 8 reps.
Yeah. So you're very
pushing. I suck. Bench, horrible.
Yeah.
Suck. Squats, they weren't the best, but like
you're lower body dominant, right?
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
My pressing. I mean, it's don't get me wrong. Like it's good. It's still good.
But my motto is like, who the hell wants a big chest? Like, I mean, when you get older, it's gonna be droopy and looking. No, I want legs. I want legs. I want legs. I want shoulders and back. And
there's a guy. I think he's a German bike, like one of those speed bikes.
I saw him.
You saw that guy,
dude. Yeah, but he's not tall. That's the thing.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You got to see this guy's legs.
Dude.
I don't know how he walks.
Bro, I'm gonna find him.
Please,
dude.
This guy.
I was because I follow a lot of fitness stuff.
Yeah.
And you see this guy.
His legs are ridiculous.
His legs like the size of this table, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta find this guy.
And he's a cyclist, and he's a hardcore cyclist.
German cyclist.
And the way he trains for it it's nuts.
I think it's
cool.
I'm gonna type in
what I was trying to ask you before was, do you consider yourself like an adrenaline junkie?
Yes.
Just based on really the 3 main things we talked today about race, race car driving, working out, and
snowboarding. And dude, I used to skate. I started skateboarding. And I was doing dumb shit skateboarding.
Yeah. Have you ever jumped out of a plane?
No, and that's something I won't do because we don't belong up there.
This is the guy.
Look at that.
Holy
shit.
Yeah, bro, his legs are
those thighs. You can have a full course meal on.
But you got to look at you got to look at like the side. So here's one of the squats that popped up. Just look at his legs are just ridiculous.
Yeah, those are massive.
So look at this picture. This was from 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hamstrings. You got to have good hamstrings.
Let me say. Shit.
Hamstrings.
That's him. That's not the cycle.
Hamstrings.
No, those thighs are fucking massive too.
Where's the picture? I
know. I just think I saw that. I was like, bro, those things are like.
Yeah, it was retarded.
And if he watches, I mean, he squats, dude. He'll take like 5 plates for just like what you were doing. I'll do 3 sets of 10. Like that's what he does. Yeah, that's solid, dude.
That was at one of my shows.
Solid.
Look at that. That's a lot.
They still look like that?
They're defined.
Not that thick?
The picture I just showed you, that's them when I have like lots of carbs in me and like...
When they're filled out.
Yeah. But that's... Yeah.
See, and that's another thing. That's also why I like powerlifting and lifting heavy, because I can just eat nonstop.
Yeah.
I hate cutting. I don't think I will ever do that. Just
that's tough. It's a hard world to be in.
It's tough, but I like it. I like fasting. Like I'll do 5-day fasts. I don't, like,
you got to be in it.
I love it. I don't mind it because again, you get sharper, and not even that. Like when you fast and you read the Bible, you harness much more information.
You're heightened.
It's ridiculous.
Do you do any cold plunges?
Oh yeah.
Every day or no?
Not
why is that
every
such
day.
a phenomenon? Though?
I know people need to stop with this.
Why
all
is
these fads?
Why?
Well, it's heightens your.
I get the benefits of doing it, right?
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's like the new trend.
There's always going to be a trend.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, what's going to be the trend from this podcast? I'm thinking like, everyone's going to be a race car driver now or something.
I hope it's reading the Bible.
I hope it's reading the Bible. Let that be the trend.
Why is that not a trend?
Well, I mean,
right?
Within the last 6.5 years that we've done this, the amount of podcasts from when we started to now, it's through a roof. It's like everyone and their mother has a podcast.
That's the thing.
When we first started, people were like, "What is it? A podcast?" And this is 2019. And I was like, yeah, it's a podcast.
What's this? Yeah. What's the stat? Tell them the stat about the percentage of podcasts that make it past 13 episodes.
It's a stupid amount of. It's stupidly low about the average amount of episodes for a podcast that starts. I think it's like 12 episodes, maybe.
They said if you make it past 12 episodes, you're in like the top 20% of podcasts. Yeah, they said like 80% of podcasts die after the first couple episodes.
Really?
Because they just don't. They just stop.
Let me see if I can pull. I might
it's a crazy number that there's something about like 10, 12, 13 those episodes that it drops.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you have this is regarding downloads, right? So if you have more than 32 downloads, so 32 people listen to your podcast, you're already in the 50% of podcasts.
How many do you guys have right now?
Thousands.
No, I mean
of downloads.
Oh, of downloads.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean over time we're over like 150,000.
Good for you.
But per episode, it will range between 200 to 500.
That's saying
right
like
now.
per episode. If you have like 30 episodes, is that per episode?
This is within 7 days. So if you have within 7 days we have
hundreds, thousand maybe, depending on the episode.
I'm talking about just if we release this episode on Friday, next Friday we'll have over 150 downloads minimum. So over 150. We're already in the top 25% of podcasts. So if you have more than 121 downloads, that's 25% of podcasts.
And then then it goes even higher. If you have like 500, then it also goes to all time, and then number of episodes, and then I think when we broke it all down, I think we were like top 5% of right now static. But then it's also okay. You think about how many there are.
There's 5 million, about 5 million podcasts, right?
Oh,
yeah. So if
you're
in
2024, there's so going back to the episodes. So out of 5 million podcasts and out of 2024, only 720,000 podcasts have more than 10 episodes.
So okay, so do the number.
So you're the math guy.
So wait, how many was it?
5 million podcasts.
5 million?
And only 720,000 only have more than 10 episodes.
So if a million of them, that's 20%. So it's less than 20% have 10 episodes.
Yeah.
So it's like 15% that have 10 episodes.
We have fucking over 300.
So it goes from 5 million to 700,000 that have that number of episodes.
And I think a lot of people see podcasts and they're like, I can do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then when they actually do it and see the amount of work and all the stuff in the background, they're like, oh shit, this is a lot to do.
Perfect example.
Falls off.
You gonna do a podcast? You ever think about it?
Yeah, I thought about it, and I'm sorry, I can't. It takes a lot. It really does. I mean, it's tough. But like I was gonna say, when I went to the liquor store and I got you guys that bottle. And I was like, listen, I'm going through, this podcast and I need help. And he's like, wait, what? He's like, I want to start a podcast. I'm like,
it's like
all right.
It's the thing. It's a fad now.
All right, that's not what I asked you.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, people all the time, I want to start a podcast. I'm like, all right, what do you want to talk about? I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
right.
All right, well, you got to know what you want to talk about.
And then there's the other side of it where people, they want to start and they feel like they have a great message, or they feel like they can talk and they can do things, but they don't I don't know how to start. I said, do you have a cell phone? I go, yeah. Go, okay. Go onto your cell phone. Go to voice recorder. Hit record and go.
And just go.
And then you can go on and upload it right from your phone. I said, you don't need all of the equipment.
No.
It's like, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
Like we were filming with an iPhone 5.
Awesome.
The first episode.
Yeah.
One camera right in the middle.
That's all you need.
It was terrible.
We had USB mics.
I'm like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I forgot about that.
We had USB mics.
We didn't have a mixer, no nothing.
We had USB mics, and I had to download a third-party software because both USB mics, they were so cheap that I don't know if you're familiar with like hardware and software. They had the same USB address.
Yeah.
So when I plugged them into my computer couldn't tell the difference between the microphones. So they kept so I had to find a third-party software to be able to distinguish between the mics and then use that to record it to here. And it was the worst thing you could possibly do.
Wow.
And
it would have been better to just take both of our iPhones and do it.
When we used to interview people before, so we started in July of 2019. So about almost a year later, that's when COVID happened, right? So
not to cut you off, were you guys running during COVID?
Yep.
Yeah. We did it.
Awesome.
We did a lot.
We'll tell you a crazy way on how we got the episodes up.
I got some stories, but go on.
So before COVID, we never thought of video conferencing. Zoom was not even a thought. So when we had a guest, we were ecstatic. We're like, oh shit. So we would FaceTime them. We would FaceTime them on my Mac.
Okay.
And I would screen record my Mac computer as they're FaceTiming me.
Wow.
And then we would, we'd have
then that would be their angle.
When that would be their angle.
Yikes.
So, yeah.
All right.
So we did.
And then until COVID, I was in Tuckahoe. He was here. We got Zoom, and then we just started doing that. And then we're like, well, everyone's home. Let's just start interviewing anyone that wants to come on.
Yeah.
And we knew so many people on Instagram, so we were just racking up interviews left and right through people. And
Sweet.
And that's what really...
We did another one where, one of the episodes was, I don't know if we had Zoom or something was going on, but
This is before Zoom.
This is before Zoom. We created, because on Instagram, you could go Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is bad.
So we created a burner Instagram account. We each created a burner account.
It's kind of smart, actually.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that we would go live together, but nobody would be watching because it's a burner account.
Yeah.
And we would screen record it.
And then we would screen record the live because it had video. We would screen record the live, and then you could split up the two videos and put them side by. And I remember you record the live, and then it says save live, and then it would be saved, and then I would hit play and screen record. I would let my phone sit for an hour, so it would screen record.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild, man.
It's genius.
The stuff we had to do to get that content out.
Yeah.
And once Zoom, we're like, oh, Zoom is easy. All right, then fine. Then we got Zoom. But we don't even use Zoom.
The things you have to do, man.
Every people want to come on now, and I'm like, all right, well, you can come on the podcast, but you have to be in person. You want to come to New York?
You guys must have a good amount of people reaching out asking to be on, because you have a pretty good platform. This is great.
Yeah, we get quite a few people that ask to be on, and it just has to be the right fit. But my new thing is, can they come to New York? Can you come to New York? 'Cause we're not going to do it on Zoom unless it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger and he wants to come on.
It's not the same feel.
Because
the whole idea is to feel like you're in a cigar lounge and we're just having a conversation.
You got to be immersed.
We're going back and forth. You're telling stories. We're telling stories, and it's you don't get the same vibe. And especially with Zoom, there's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah,
and they might say something, and then it kind of goes out, so you might interject, but they're still in the middle of saying something.
Talking.
It's just like meeting someone in person and then meeting someone over the phone. It's like way different.
You're right.
Way different.
You're right.
Yeah. So it's been a good journey so far.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Things we used to do, bro.
But no, I will not be starting my own. I mean, I thought about it, and I was like, it's too much.
So what about this book? Tell us about this book that you.
I didn't even know you were trying to. Maybe I did.
No, you mentioned it earlier. You said it's one of the things you're going to put in your book.
Yeah, I've been writing for like the last year.
Is it going to be like a memoir, a biography, or
honestly,
motivational book?
It could be a memoir. It discusses like a little bit of my childhood growing up and like how I came into going back to the Bible, going back, how I picked up on this and me explaining everything that Jesus spoke and how it parallels to everything in the Old Testament, aka the Tanakh. So I break everything down. That's why a lot of these notes are what Jesus spoke about, him fulfilling everything that is what Moses said, what the law is all about, what all about Psalms, and what the prophets said about him.
So it's because it's
people have a hard time understanding. So that's why I'm trying to like make it not a Bible for dummies, but it's to give you a little bit more of an insight and seeing the connections,
the cliff notes,
that everything that he said and did, was previously spoken.
Yeah,
like previously. Yeah.
Question for you, because you're the Bible. Why did he take his apostles to Caesarea Philippi, Mount Hermon? Why did he take them there?
I don't know. Tell me.
Because that is where the 200 fallen fell from heaven, right on that mountain. And that is the gates of hell. Pretty much that's what they call it still to this day. There's like a cave there, and there was like pagan beliefs. They were doing child sacrifices there. It was basically, it's still considered the gate of hell.
So that's where the 200 angels
fell. And that's how they started. They started like, spreading out, and they started looking at the women of God's creation. They found them attractive, and that's how they birthed the Nephilim. The whole thing. But that's why
half angel, half human.
Correct. The giants. And that's why Jesus took them to Caesarea Philippi, because that's like the hub of like darkness. That's the hub of like the beginning of the downfall.
And then isn't that where the book of Philippians, wasn't that from Philippi?
No, that's a church. That's a different location. That's like part of like Turkey and whatnot. But actually, Mount Hermon.
So there's no relation to that Philippi versus the Book of Philippians.
No.
Because the Book of Philippians was written to the people of Philippi. Wasn't it?
Yep.
So there's no relation between
no
those
relation.
Two.
But
why was the same name?
Caesarea Philippi.
Oh, okay. So
Caesarea Philippi. That's it. So when you read the Gospels again, maybe tonight if you go, you'll see.
It's probably kind of like. For lack of a better term, that's like New York and New Jersey.
Pretty much, in a way.
They still have the same new.
Yeah.
But it's Caesarea Philippi would be New York, and Philippi would be New Jersey.
And that's where he was transfigured. That's where he changed.
Same name but different locations.
Yeah. That on that mountaintop, that's where he changed his appearance. He like became brighter than all glory, if you're familiar with that. That it happened all there. Yeah.
I have to go back and read. More. You have to read it multiple times.
But that's what my book is.
I'm still trying to finish the whole thing. I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, dude. And what I'm trying to finish with my so-called book, if I ever finish it, it's a lot. I already have like 43 chapters.
How many times have you read it through it?
This is going to be my third time. I'm in it my third time.
How far are you?
My third time, I'm up to Psalms already, again, for the third time. So once I finish all this, then I'm going to start it again. Yeah.
So will you ever stop reading it, or you just
no?
So you just read it?
Yeah, and I'll keep listening to it every day when I train. When I work on my race cars, I have it playing in the background. I want to absorb, because when Christ was on earth, he was speaking to them. So when I'm listening to it, I want to hear it. And then, but believe it or not, and in my book, I discuss why listening is vital, because you're gonna pick up some information that you're not gonna pick up when you read.
Sure.
And then when you read, you're going to pick up information that you didn't pick up when you were listening. So when you combine everything, it's like
cover all aspects.
Correct.
Yeah.
See, so where I need to reread, because I've read all of the New Testament,
good,
and I've read about half of the Old Testament. So there's this kind of chunk right in here.
Yeah.
Which I need to read.
Yep. Yeah, but it's just basically just what everything that he spoke of, and all the little clues I break down.
And I will say that I've never read it. I haven't read it start to finish all the way through. I've read the New Testament. I've read most of the Old Testament, and then bits and pieces but from start to finish is one thing I have not done, and I'm working on it. It takes a long time.
You'll get there. You'll get there. But in order to really know him, you have to read the whole thing. You got to read the whole thing to understand the whole dynamic of the meat and potatoes, because you'll never understand what Jesus is talking about. You'll never get it. Like when Jesus broke down, like, love thy brother and forgive him, the reason why he was talking about brotherly love so much is because his own people, the Israelites, were battling themselves. There was a division. There was a schism that happened from Israel, north, and Judea was the south. It wasn't all Israel. they were battling each other. There was wars going on with each other.
Brothers.
Correct. It was right after the time of King Solomon. That's when it broke apart, because it was all Israel, and after King Solomon, it just broke apart.
Do you think it also could be that the first, I'm saying that ultimate sin, but the first murder was amongst brothers?
Yeah, it was Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel.
That's what it was.
And that was the first.
It was the first brotherly. Yeah, and it's still going on today, still to this very day amongst everybody.
So when you think about that,
yeah,
love your brother.
Yeah, and forgive him. Doesn't matter how many effing times he does this or you do it. You forgive each other. That's it.
I would just say, like, listen, read the whole thing. At the very least, just read it. Just read.
It's true.
Just read it, right? Like,
we're at that.
Try as much as you can to read as much of it as you can.
You're right, but not to cut you off, but we're in that point in our civilization where there is no excuse. Like, you can listen to it, now you can read it. We have so much technology that you can absorb this from every angle, and there should be no excuse. Like going to the gym, I have no time. Okay. All right.
BS.
Like, I can't. You're telling me you don't have 10 minutes just to do jumping jacks. You're telling me you don't have 5 minutes to just, to do some stretches every day.
I tell people actually that you give me 10, just take any exercise. Pick an exercise. Squats. If you want to do legs, do squats.
Yeah.
If you want to do upper body, do push-ups. If you can do pull-ups, if you have a bar, do pull-ups.
Yeah.
Or do abs. Pick any exercise. Put a timer on, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Every minute on the minute, do the exercise.
You're better than me. I say 7 minutes.
Doesn't matter. 5 minutes.
My clients, I was like 7 minutes. Just give me 7 minutes and let's start with that. Yeah.
If you do 10 minutes, guarantee, do 20 air squats every minute on the minute for 10 minutes, you'll be gassed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You'll be gassed because you're going to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 30 seconds on. For 10 minutes, you're going to be gassed.
That's
and
right.
it's only 10 minutes. If you want, put on for 5 minutes and just do as many squats as you possibly can in 5 minutes. Without changing, plant your feet, air squat. Air squat. Go as many as you can, and when you can't do any more, don't move. Stand, breathe, and keep going.
It's true.
Until the 5 minute timer's up. See how many you can get.
Dude, even
you're
just
puke. You're
even just jumping up and down. Just jumping up and down. Pretending you have a jump rope, but just jumping up and down. You know how good that is for your lymphatic system just for 5 minutes of jumping? It's incredible.
Yeah. The other thing I want to say too is so we talked about get yourself a Bible, read the Bible, but I don't want to say before all that, but with all that, one thing that you can do before you even have a Bible, I love that Chris Pratt had said this on one of his speeches, award speeches, whatever.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah,
he said, pray.
Yeah,
he said it's easy. It's super easy. It's so good for your soul.
Yeah.
And some people say, I don't know how to pray. You don't have to know how. Said, get down on your hands and knees and call to his name and just speak.
Yeah.
And ask him for things. Thank him for things.
That's it.
It's the simplest prayer. You can say, Lord, I thank you for the podcast that we've had right now. I thank you so much for the gift of this friendship.
Yeah.
That's it. Amen.
Yeah. It's true.
Perfectly great prayer.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh, that's that. I gotta say all these things.
No.
You don't have to say all these
Dude,
things.
When he was here, he left it for us. He left us the Our Father prayer. And people just pray all these different things.
You can just pray that.
Yeah, just that. That's what I do 3 times a day. I wake up at 3 a.m. I do that.
Yeah.
Before I have lunch, I pray it again, give him my thanks, and then before I go to bed, I pray it again 3 times. That's it.
It's super simple.
Yeah,
Mike, and that will get you closer to God.
That's true.
The ultimate goal is to try to be as close to Him as you possibly can.
It's true.
And try to live. We'll never live like Jesus lived.
No,
because we're all sinners.
No,
but He's the model example. And
That's
try
it.
to do as much as you can like He would, and you'll life will be better.
Do you see how he came back to that? How it circled back to that? Do you see how it just? That's funny.
It's the way things work sometimes. Or
Listen,
Joss?
Almost 2 hours.
All right.
Wow,
Perfect.
really?
Perfect.
Not bad.
Just the right amount of time.
Not bad.
So, as we come to the end of the episode, Nick, This is the.
By the way, Rob, good stick. Thank you.
Yeah, it was very good actually.
good.
Thank you,
Smell
Rob.
good.
Appreciate the cigar.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
I'm hungry though, so let's go eat.
It was a very, very good cigar. So appreciate that. But this is the point of the pod that we kind of like to give you the red carpet, just kind of plug yourself away if there's anything that you want people to know, follow you, anything that's going on. Plug away, my friend. Whatever you want to say.
I really don't have much. I said everything I had to say. I just want to. I'm grateful. I want to thank you guys for having me on. I mean, you've been asking me for like a year, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you asked me last year.
Has it been that long?
It's been a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I thought about
Too
it.
busy racing cars and
Yeah.
stuff, right?
No, we talked about it, and then I never kind of brought it up, and then I asked him one time, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm in," and then he was like, "Oh wait, it's my birthday, and I have plans." My bad.
Speaking of which, happy
forgot.
early birthday.
Thank you. It's coming up. I appreciate it. Yeah, but like when he asked me to come on last year, I was like, dude, I have nothing to offer. Like, what am I going to talk about?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. I'm really no one. So
Yes, you are. You're.
I said, listen, we got plenty to talk about. You lift weights, you race cars.
We didn't even talk about you being a drummer.
Yeah, that too.
I know.
Or you helped your dad lose 100 pounds.
Metalhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad. I love my dad. Yeah, he lost 100 pounds. I had doesn't even exercise, just by switching his diet.
Shout out to
It's
Mr.
amazing,
Z.
dude.
That's it.
It's amazing. Just a little
Tiny
tweak.
Little
Little
dab will do
tweaks.
ya. Little dab.
No
Yeah.
sugar.
No
No bad carbs.
carbs.
Done.
Yeah.
No carbs completely.
We do on the weekends. I will have like little ice cream. I'll get them like a few slices of pizza.
A little cheat day.
Yeah, but 6.5 days a week.
So no carbs.
No,
No
because
like potatoes, bananas.
banana. All right, I'm sorry. I'll give him a half a banana every day with his eggs. And guys, speaking about eggs, he has 4 to 5 whole soft-boiled eggs a day,
Yeah.
and he's healthier than he's ever been since he started with his cardiologist 17 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah.
My man went from 260 to 160.
Eggs are
He's 85.
telling you.
And that's
He's
amazing.
85. There are no
I love it.
excuses.
My favorite meal of the day: half pound of ground beef,
Dude.
3 eggs.
Totally.
Love it.
Yes.
With butter.
Yes.
With
Oh,
butter.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I put like a little salt, pepper,
Yeah.
a couple seeds, garlic,
Yeah,
some stuff
I
like
love
that.
it.
Bro, I had
But it's
steak and
so good.
eggs a few weeks ago.
So
I
good.
was like, oh.
Yeah,
that
no,
was
it's-
so
I
like-
get this grass-fed,
Yeah.
grass-finished, organic ground beef,
Yep.
and then organic eggs. 3 eggs, half pound of ground beef.
Boom. Done.
It's fantastic. It's like the best meal you could possibly eat.
So,
So
if people want to find you for your, health advice or personal coaching, is there, besides your Instagram, which you can plug away, but is there a website or something, people where they can find you?
I'm on Facebook. It's just Nicholas Zach. My Instagram, I'm sure you'll have a link. Or
yeah, we'll put the,
okay,
we'll
put
put
the
it in
link
there.
on
Yeah.
there. That's pretty much it. I don't have a website or any of that.
Okay.
Yeah, but no,
Fair
I mean,
enough.
I'm just grateful to be here with you guys. It was
Appreciate
awesome.
you
We're
coming on.
thankful that you came on, man.
Yeah.
This was awesome.
Oh, this was killer.
2 hours, a lot of good topics.
Yes, sir. So as we
I
like
love
to
it.
say on the show, our signature, we don't really have any drinks, but we'll still say it. Nick, thank you for coming on. And we won't cheers with water, but we like to say cheers, chin chin, and salute.
Yes.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.
All right.